You are listening to 4Geeks podcast. We talk about business, technology, and provide advice on how entrepreneurs can grow their companies. Hope you enjoyed this conversation.
Hey everyone, and welcome to a new brand episode of the 4Geeks podcast. I'm Sergio, and I'm the CTO here at 4Geeks, and today with me, as usual, is Alan Porras. Alan, how are you?
Hey Sergio, I'm very well. Hi everyone, and thanks for listening a new episode for the 4Geeks podcast.
Yeah, that's very excited. Today, we're going to talk about a new topic over the world, and that it's chatbots. You know, probably you may wonder if you are talking with a human or with a bot when you request some information in a website or in a Facebook fan page or whatever. So I would like to go through the life of, the history of the chatbots. And I want to mention that Alan Turing is the one that asked this first. Alan Turing is like a god for us as developers, right, or engineers. So basically, he put the concept online. He postulate the Turing test, which was a test for a theoretical concept more than a test that the finality was to check if someone is a human or someone is a bot by having different concepts there. So basically, in the 66, a professor of MIT called Joseph Weisbaum created ELISA. ELISA was able to have a Rogerian physiotherapy with the person who was talking with. So basically, the bot just answer backward with a question. So let's say, Alan, that you ask, I have a problem with my mother, and Elisa just replied to you, what do you think you have a problem with your mother? So it was not that intelligent, just it was like rephrasing your question or your doubt at first stage. So we then go through different software, different bots that a lot of people created, and then we are at this point now with the different things like machine learning, AI, and all the different APIs we can use to create also a chatbot. So with that introduction, I can stop talking now. And Alan, what do you have to say about the chatbots?
Well, absolutely, chatbots is a trending topic, and all people are talking about chatbots. All the geeks, all the businessmen, all such person, all marketer, all CEOs, all CTOs, all CMOs are talking about chatbots. But why? Why they're talking about chatbots? Because chatbot is a bot, is an intelligent bot that are doing steps by using artificial intelligence. All chatbots are powered by NLP, natural language processing, and today there are big companies like Facebook or like Google or like Amazon. They are making a huge work in the chatbot field with the Google Home, for example, the Google Assistant, the Amazon Alexa, and all the interactions with the Facebook fan page.
Which basically they are doing what the natural language processing part for us. They are getting all the input, the input, and converting it into data at the end of the processes, right?
Exactly. It's like talking. It's like talking with a real human.
Yeah.
It's like talking with a real human, and that feature is now used by by customer service, for example, or by real estate companies, or by banking companies. And I think the chatbot's power is very, very huge. But well, we can talk in two areas, in the business area and the techie area. But in the techie in the technical area, I think the chatbot is in a early stage life, because chatbots are still training, self training over what they are doing right now. Some people are not trusting in chatbots to take decisions, to take business decisions, or something like that. But I think, and I will take that. I think Google, and I think Facebook, and I think Amazon is making a huge work in that field.
Yeah, definitely. They are doing a great job with helping us to create a more robust chatbots. And yeah, I agree with you on the trusting part, but also I want to quote that for me, chatbot is totally useful if we don't have data, right? So because the learning is not how to behave, but it's how to manage data. That's what learning is, like to present data in some way because it's better than other way. That's learning, and that's what the challenge is, to have the strong database, the nice interview, a nice interface, but how to connect these two bridges, or to create a bridge between them and processes this data, is the tricky part, the moment where we act, right? This is where 4Geeks is, like trying to understand or to put a chatbot to answer different situations by handling different data. As I said, a chatbot without data is totally useful. It is just not used at all, right? So, with that being said, I think that chatbots are able to do human stuff. But how can we change that mentality about a chatbot, about a machine doing what we have supposed to do?
I think the industries have the power to convert the mentality, not the chatbot per se.
Yeah, because it's easy just to use a chatbot to show information.
Exactly.
But how about making decisions?
Exactly. Yeah. If you're using chatbot, for example, for all e-commerce companies, that I think is very used today. For example, if you want to buy a t-shirt, or if you want to buy a phone or whatever by an e-shop site, you can talk with a chatbot by chat, and the chatbot can assist you and can help you with that sale,
with the buy stuff.
Exactly, with the cycle sale. I think the e-commerce is one of the most industries that maybe are using or are getting all the power, the chatbot's power. Why? Well, because the chatbots have automatic response. This automatic response, so you don't need to have real human guys to support a chatbot.
Yeah, answering like 10 chats at a time. Someone and maybe someone is lost or something like that.
Exactly. A single chatbot can assist hundreds of people, millions of people.
Yep.
Millions of people, because we are not talking about human guys. I'm talking about servers. I'm talking about coding. I'm talking about machines. And I think chatbot is using a lot in the e-commerce, but well, we can talk about some new industries, for example the real estate, or for example banking that I said before, or for example if you want, for example, if you want right now check your transactions in your bank, or make a wire transfer, or make a deposit, or make a transfer, or make a whatever by chatbot, maybe you can do that. I don't know right now a strong chatbot that do that today, but maybe with the days, or with the industry are growing old, all the industries and all the companies in that industry will turn on your face over the chatbot's power.
Because I think it's not a technology issue, right? It's more like a legal issue, and some banks probably doesn't want to do it, and a lot of stuff's there. But okay, you talk about the how my business can be benefit on that, and I think it's really the future of marketing, because you can sell easily. You can, as you said, have one chatbot talking with hundreds of people at the same time, and maybe one of those 100 people will be a client, right? Because the chatbot, because the automatic responses you said, the reactive communication, it's real time, right? You can receive orders, you can register visitations, and something important, you can monitor what you are doing and feed your chatbot. And it's because some days ago I saw a chart about how many users are using messaging apps versus social network apps.
Okay.
So messaging apps are growing, like WhatsApp, Facebook chat, are growing more than the social networks per se.
Okay.
So people want to talk between them. That's where we want to go with. Okay, we have to put our chatbots in these messaging apps, different messaging apps, to gain more customers, to put our product or our business into their hands.
Messaging apps like WhatsApp, Messenger, WeChat, and Viber, for example?
Yeah, exactly. The people are using more of these apps than the social networks per se. So that's something to take in account, right? To see that the world is moving to faster communication in the messaging apps. So I don't know you, but sometimes I prefer to chat than talk. Before I know that probably a human will answer me with a different tone, like angry, or I don't know. The emotions are different between people. So sometimes I just prefer to open a chat with someone and write it down. So that's why we have to create those bots with the charisma, if we can say that, to help the different people that prefers not to call but prefers to chat, right? So that's what we want to do, to create a human chatbot, humanized chatbot. Okay, so let me see. Okay, talking about the what a chatbot have to be or have to have, I think the chatbot have to sound like a real person. I mean, if you see that, if you sense that you are talking with a machine,
closing,
the conversation is closed and the customer is gone, right? Like I said, for example, if I call to some company because I want information about a service or a product, and the telephone answered me an operator that is angry for some reason, and he probably doesn't do his job well. So maybe me as a customer can feel bad or sad or something like that because the attention that he gave me. So I just run out.
Yeah.
Okay. So with a chatbot, the idea is to avoid that, to avoid human errors, and give them reasons to come back, to always come back because the support, because the information is at their hand. And we also have to create always logs because we want to check what people are asking, what people are doing, and if our chatbot or if our bot is is doing their job, right? Because probably we will have to change something that we thought was good but not, and that's it.
Yeah, we need to make sure to improve.
Yeah, and obviously have well defined the basis of our chatbot. What are the bases? Okay, to have the objective of the chatbot. The objective is something important about what our chatbot will solve. It's like an app. It's like a web application. We have to solve a problem. What is a problem, for example? Our customers need assistance on buying our products. So probably the normal workflow is to have a call and the customer explains to me the process or the things they need. So with a chatbot, we can solve that issue, but we have to be realistic about the scope of the chatbot. Where is the end and where is the start and where is the end, right? And the personality, I said, the chatbot have to be nice if needed, or have to be like formal if we're talking about legal or something like lawyers or something like that. And obviously the solution. What is our chatbot different from other chatbots on the market? Or why my product is differentiating from other products because the chatbot, for example. So we have to have this really clear. And finally, the life cycle. We have to know what our chatbot is and what is the limitations. Okay? Do you have to want to add something at this point?
Well, I just want to say that Google launched a new product that is Google Duplex. I don't know if you've seen that. Google Duplex are making calls to local.
They presented this year in the Google I/O.
To local commerce. And it's a voice chatbot, It's a voice chatbot. You program your chatbot, and your chatbot or your assistant will call to the hospital, or will call to the restaurant, or will call to whatever company to a schedule or to I think the most cases is to schedule a meeting or schedule whatever.
Yeah,
but the important thing is that the chatbot can take a real conversation in a natural language with a human.
Yeah, I know you saw the video, and something I got my attention immediately was the personality that I already talked about. Do you remember that, for example, when the chatbot made the call, he was like doing some human reaction, like, okay, I will think about it.
Yeah.
Man, that was amazing, because they are giving a strong personality to the chatbot.
Yeah.
Probably the people on the other side didn't realize at any time she or he was talking with a chatbot. That's scary and amazing at the same time.
It's very powerful.
Yeah.
It's so powerful.
The capabilities of doing that are huge. And that's what the chatbots are going too. They are not just only for chatting, like with the computer, but they are migrating to voice as well.
Yeah.
We have at the office a Google Home, and it's amazing how you can interact with the Google Home and ask different opinions. And okay, you are turning it on right now.
Yeah. Hey Google.
That's a real life example.
Hey Google, play music.
Playing some music on Spotify.
And that's it.
That's exactly. That's it. The Google Home just got our voice, and by natural language processing does that. Now, what they are doing, because the Google Home right now, the technology is not that amazing. But the amazing thing now they are doing is the capability to have a conversation, a real conversation with different options. It's not the same to just give to just order and receive plain answers, but talking.
Yeah,
that's what Google Duplex is doing.
Yeah, let me do another example. Hey Google, today will rain.
Today, it's forecast to rain in Curitiba.
Curitiba is where our office are located in Costa Rica. Well, so that's the future is bright, right? I like how the future looks like. There's a lot of opportunities there. There's a lot of things we can do to improve our business. That at the end is something we really like. But what industries have the potential now punctual? We talk about banking, but more, what are the industries we have more presence there, or the opportunities?
Yeah, absolutely. Banking, e-commerce, and that industry that are making a strong.
What about health?
I don't know. I don't know how is going health industry with chatbot, but I'm thinking that a schedule visit with a doctor can be easily managed by chatbot or by Google Home, for example. So Sergio, can we make custom apps for chatbots? I mean, can we develop, can we build custom apps for chatbots, or just we can use the most common chatbots that we know?
Well, there's a lot of options. As I want to compare this with different website builders like Wix. Then we have WordPress. Then we have custom development like in Ruby on Rails, in different languages. So with the chatbots are the same way. We can have platforms that creates an easy chatbot for us. I don't recall the names of those services right now, but it's like Wix. They build all the chatbot for us, and we just have to connect it with Facebook, and we have a chatbot.
Yeah.
The chatbot is not intelligent, right? Because it's more like we tell
it's like a data manager,
and patterns compare. They compare patterns that we gave to the parents. Okay, the patterns. But we can go further with, for example, Google using TensorFlow and API AI, or with for Facebook and Watson. Different APIs we can use to create more customized bots. Okay, with code reading from a database and responding from data that we have, or even external APIs. And then finally are the from scratch, as always is an option. We can use the natural language processing to create our own network neurons, our self-learning platform. we can create a chatbot from scratch for sure, using machine learning, using technologies like artificial intelligence, and you can build it with Python, for example. This is a very groundwork. So probably I will say that the recommendation is to use Google or to use Watson or IBM to create something, to have something built already. It's like to use a framework, as I see it.
Yep.
But we can do it from scratch as well. We in the past we did some testing for sure, like a geeky man. We tried with Python, with machine learning, and that's interesting how we can train a network. That's really amazing, and probably we are trying to create a workshop about it.
Yeah, sure. By the way, guys and Sergio, we can help you develop or building custom chatbots on any platform. Any platform like the Google Assistant, like Facebook, like Twitter, like Amazon Alexa, like Slack, like Facebook Messenger, Skype, Telegram, and
actually we have played with the Google Home in the past, creating some custom voice management for even clients. So that's a topic that we really enjoy to do. We like it, and I would love to see more and more products using chatbots and machine learning and all this amazing world.
Yeah, we need more people making great chatbots and making great apps. Not the traditional apps or not the traditional projects or not the traditional products, but the modern products, like chatbot or
with
whatever.
voice included. And,
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So right now we can buy a Google Home. It's a speaker. It's like a speaker, and we can find it on Amazon, or I don't know, in Amazon. Yeah, we can find it on Amazon, or we can find it in the Google Store, and we can buy also the Amazon Echo. Amazon Echo is the speaker for Amazon that interact with the Amazon Alexa, and we can buy it in Amazon too.
That's the first step to have not to have an intelligent house, for example.
That's the first step, yeah. And the second step is write us an email if you need help with automating processing in your company or in your product or in your business.
So you have it.
Yep.
You said it, Alan. So as all the weeks, we will have next new brand podcast the next week, right? We will continue with
episode,
that. Yeah, for sure. So there's a lot of topics out there. Nothing. Thank you so much for listening us. That's it, I think.
Yeah, that's it. I think we can detail a little more about chatbot for specific industries, health, for example, or banking, or whatever the
real
industries.
case examples.
Yeah, real case examples. In next episode.
Okay, so you have it.
For now, thanks so much for listening.
Thank you, Alan. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You can subscribe from the podcast app on your device so you can listen to the latest episodes. Don't forget to rate us. That helps us reach out to more people. If you want to get the best out of your business, feel free to contact us at 4geeks.io/contact.